Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Great to have you with me once again. Please do remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so you never miss a video and we can reach a wider audience and continue to build this great community that we're putting together to learn, share and repeat. Absolutely wonderful. You can also consider becoming a member of the channel as well by clicking on the join button, and there are 3 levels of membership that you can consider to get additional perks and help support the channel on our journey together. So I hope you'll take a look at that. But anyway, on to business. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, Microsoft announced a new feature, cross-tenant synchronization settings within Microsoft Entra ID. At least that's what they should be calling it, because as you'll see in the coming video, they're still referring to Azure AD quite a lot in these portals, in these new preview features. So give us a name change, then stick to that name change. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I digress. Let's take a look at what cross-tenant or cross-organization synchronization or multi-tenant organization synchronization actually means. And MTO is what we're going to be learning all about. And let's dive in right now and take a look. So we need to start out in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, and we need to go down to Settings and then into Org Settings. Next, go into Organization Profile, and if we scroll down, we will see this new option here for multi-tenant collaboration. And just note that it is a preview feature, very, very new, just announced, so be wary of that. What is it going to do? It's going to enable users in your multi-tenant organization to collaborate seamlessly. Let's see what it looks like to set it up. Okay, so let's just collapse that side panel. Let's get the whole screen. What are we learning here? Multi-tenant collaboration. It's a group of mutually trusted Azure AD tenants. So not a good start here. That should be Microsoft Entra ID tenants. Through multi-tenant collaboration, users can seamlessly access applications and resources across the same organization, even if they are hosted in different tenants. We can learn more about multi-tenant collaboration here. Yes, please. We shall have that link, and it's the same one that I have there. So all ready to share that with you in the description. So let's start by setting up or joining a multi-tenant organization. And once your tenant is part of that multi-tenant organization, you can enable users across tenants to collaborate. Let's get started. Okay, so we've got a wizard here. And we have the options to create a new multi-tenant organization and then invite tenants who are part of your organization to collaborate in this new organization. Or we can join an existing multi-tenant organization. So this is the first one that I've done. So I need to create a new multi-tenant organization. So we'll leave that selected and click on next. Okay. We have to give our organization a name and then select tenants. And to get started, name the multi-tenant organization you'd like to create, then select the tenants you'd like to add. And we've got a little informational alert here. We can add 5 tenants, including yours, to your multi-tenant organization. If you need to add more, please create a support ticket with Microsoft Help Desk once you have your MTO, multi-tenant organization, another acronym to learn, everybody, once you've got it created. Note, your tenant, in this case microgenesis365.onmicrosoft.com, will automatically be added to the multi-tenant organization. And once this organization is created and other tenants have joined, you can then select the users and groups of users that you want to share across the organization. And as other tenants join this group, then they can sync users into your tenant. This enables sharing of applications and resources across the organization and facilitates collaboration. Let's see what this learn more gives us. What do we have in here? So this is some instructions here on how to set up that multi-tenant org. So we'll have that for our lovely list of links for the description. Okay, we need to fill in some fields here. We need to start with organization name, and this organization name will be used to help other tenants identify the multi-tenant organization. For example, you can create a new name or use the name of the parent organization that all tenants belong to. Okay, so let's pop in, just for example's sake, let's just call this Peter's MTO. But in the real world, you would think very carefully about this. I'm not actually sure if you can change this or not. I guess we'll find out. Description, let's just, it's not a mandatory field, but we'll put in the same for the description. But in the real world, again, you would do more. Tenants, okay, so it's telling me that my own tenant, my Microgenesis 365 one, will automatically be added, so I don't need to add that in. So what we have to do here is, if we hover over the information box, we've got to enter or add tenants by tenant IDs. Okay, so let's go and find a tenant ID that we can add in at this point. Okay, so I have grabbed the tenant ID, which I'm just going to paste into here now. And this is for one of my other tenants, peterrising.co.uk, and it's called Chrysalis Technologies. That's brilliant. It's identified that immediately. I'll just add the one tenant in for now, just to demonstrate this process. Right, we've got those fields populated. We can go ahead and click on Next. Okay, next we move on to sync settings. As a member of this multi-tenant organization, the following settings are required to ensure your tenant is ready for directory synchronization. Wow, they've really taken great care on the spelling here. With other tenants in your organization. Preview features is not an excuse for bad spelling and grammar, Microsoft. Please take note. Okay, but we can learn more about collaboration settings. Let's have a little look at what that's all about. Are we going to get some more lovely links here? Yeah, configure cross-tenant synchronization, and we can get lots of lovely diagrams about what this all looks like and how it works. Okay, we can include that in the descriptions. Sync settings required. Checking these boxes will not start user synchronization. You will be able to share users once other active tenants join this organization. Okay, well, we're sort of doing that as we go because we've added in the Chrysalis Technologies tenant ID. So what have we got here? We've got two options. Allow users to sync into this tenant from the other tenants in this multi-tenant organization. Well, it's a lot of tenants in that sentence. So let's go and check that box. Apologies, I'm getting a lot of alerts on this video today on WhatsApp and Teams. I've not done my due diligence, but there we go. Please bear with me on that. Okay, next option, suppress consent prompts for users from the other tenant when they access apps and resources in my tenant. Well, first time I've done this, I've no idea what that looks like, but I imagine that might get a little bit annoying when prompts for consent come up from other tenants when they try and access. But you may want to leave that there depending on your policies and compliance stature or posture, shall I say, stature. But let's just, we'll leave that one unticked for now. Actually, we can't by the looks of it because I can't click on next. So, okay, that seems to be a mandatory field. Interesting. I wonder if that's just why have that as a tick option if you can't move forward? Very interesting. Okay. I'll buy that. Click next. What do we got? We've got review details and finish. Review your multi-tenant organization details, and once this organization is created and other tenants have joined, you can select the users and groups you want to share with other tenants. Okay, so we can confirm our MTO name, our description, our selected tenants. We've got the owner tenant listed there of Microgenesis 365. We've got the member tenant of Chrysalis Technologies, the sync settings. We had to select both. Let's go ahead and create a multi-tenant organization. Let's see what it does. Okay, let's take a wee look here. Your multi-tenant organization is being created. Next steps, and we've got some instructions to copy to a clipboard. Let's do that right now. They are copied. Share your tenant ID and the text below with other tenant administrators to join this organization. Okay, all right, okay, so you can send this to other tenants with the invitation as needed. What does it say? You're invited to join a multi-tenant organization in the Microsoft Admin Center. When you add your tenant to a multi-tenant organization, Peter's MTO, you'll be able to manage cross-tenant features between users in your tenant and other connected tenants. There we go. Join a new multi-tenant for... Okay, so we've got a little link there for it. Nice little instructions. And we're getting the owner tenant ID in there as well. Amazing. Okay, let's click on done and see what we've got. Fantastic. So, what have we got? We have got our Peter's MTO. We've got our associated tenants. Membership status is active. Outbound sync status is not applicable. Role is owner. Tenant IDs are there. Chrysalis Technologies. Membership status is pending. Outbound sync status is not configured. The role is member, and we've got that tenant ID there as well. Can we do anything else from here? Let's take a little look and see what we can do. So what we can do if we highlight our source tenant here is we can share users. Interesting. But there are currently no active tenants to sync with. So clearly we are going to have to do something on the other side to initiate that. Interesting. Can we do anything with Chrysalis Technologies? I imagine we can't share users from here because we are not the owner. So obviously not. Okay, interesting. What happens if we click on edit? That's just to edit the organization name. I'm literally finding my way around this as we go as well. Now I do know that in addition to the settings in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, there are also some cross-tenant settings within Microsoft Entra that we need to be mindful of. I've sort of jumped ahead and taken a look at this, and we need to go and look at entra.microsoft.com. We need to go to external identities and cross-tenant synchronization. Okay, so what have we got in here? We've got an overview. We can create new configurations, or we can click onto configurations. Now, maybe it's just not caught up yet because we've literally just done that. So I would expect to see something in there. Okay, so I paused a little bit there and went and read a bit more, and think what we need to do is from the invited tenant, which is our Chrysalis Technologies tenant, I need to go in and I need to get started, and I need to join the existing multi-tenant organization with the tenant ID that I copied into the clipboard. So we'll paste that in. And then let's check these boxes and let's join the multi-tenant organization. So it looks like we have to do this two-stage process. Okay, so we've done that. Let's see what we've got. Your tenant is being added. Once your tenant has been added to a multi-tenant organization, you can share users with other active tenants. Let's do a refresh. We might need to give that some time. Okay, so I had to wait about 5 minutes for that, and a refresh has got everything configured now. Which tenant am I on? I'm on the Chrysalis Technologies one. I did a refresh and we've got both tenants listed. So on the Chrysalis Technologies side, we've now got ourselves listed as a member and Microgenesis as the owner, so that's all good. If we switch over to the Microgenesis one, we've got that the other way around. So and if we do that refresh there, you get this little outbound sync status just counting up, and then it comes back to here. So let's have a wee look at what we have got. What can we do? We should now be able, hopefully, to share users. Let's see if it gives us any options. Okie dokie. So details: enable collaboration with other tenants by selecting users to share from your tenant. This can help you work together better with other tenants in your organization. Let's learn more about sharing. Is that a different link? Yes, it is. We're getting all the good stuff here. So once users are shared, a new cross-tenant synchronization will be created for each active tenant. The users will be automatically added as members with default user attributes, and you can customize this configuration using the Azure AD portal. I think you mean the Microsoft Entra ID portal, but we'll let you off on that one for now. Right, select users and groups to share. Okay, so we will go for Chandler again. We'll click on save. We'll click on yes. Validating credentials and initializing sync. And there we go. Your shared users will be applied to all active tenants. It may take several minutes for the users to synchronize between active tenants in your multi-tenant organization. Okay, interesting. So, details, current scope. Okay, we can edit that. So we can edit that and add more. So let's just do one more for the sake of it. Let's see if it's going to behave this time. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Let's just let's go for Joey. Let's add him in, click save, update that. And we are all good to go. So now then, we have got sync is enabled to Chrysalis. So what we should find, and I wonder before we do that, let's take another look in Entra and see if we do a refresh here. Yes, we do. We get a sync in here now. This is where the sync is all taking place. So let's just get rid of that side panel. So we can look at our sync configuration here. Let's take a look and see what we've got. And we have got our overview. We've got, it's obviously provisioning at the moment because that's grayed out. We can stop that. We can restart. We can edit. We can provision on demand. Statistics to date, view, provisioning details, completed. A few technical information. We can view some provisioning logs. Provision on demand there. What does that take us into? Yeah, okay. So we can provision on demand for a subset of users or groups before rolling it out broadly. Makes sense. Manage the users and groups that we have. There we go. We've got Joey and Chandler there. And we can add in from here now from the Entra portal. Provisioning. Let's take a look at our provisioning status. That's on. Users, you're ready. Come on, get with the program. You're going to give us renames. You've got to get them labeled correctly, Microsoft. Entra ID. Okay, admin credentials. Okay, we can test the connection from here. We can see some mappings. We can restore default mappings. Expression builder. Well, can we do some stuff with regex in here? Interesting. What can we do here? Select the appropriate functions and attributes to build your expression. Select a function. We can append and do all sorts of interesting stuff there. Cool. Audit logs. Oh, auditing is always so important. What have we got in here? We've got some details in here about what we've done. User Chandler Bing. Okay. Interesting stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on here. We've got provisioning logs as well. We've awesome. We've got some insights. What are we going to get under insights, I wonder? Log analytics integration not enabled. So that's going to be something that you're going to need an Azure subscription for in order to get log analytics working, I would think, but we'll not dwell on that. So cool stuff. And if you wanted to put a new configuration in here as well, you could do. So you could go in here and create a cross-tenant synchronization right from within Entra as well. So provide a name for your configuration, e.g. controls of production. Okay, details page to manage advanced settings. Cool. Let's just do our refresh on the Chrysalis side. And what have we got now? What have we got? Okie dokie. So we are not doing anything from an outbound nature here. We're not sharing any users in the other direction. So we could do that. We could do the same. We could share some users back to the source. Let's have a little wee look and see if we can pick on some users here. Gosh, I've got a lot in here. Need to tidy this old tenant up. So who could we pick on in here? Do I even have any users? Let's pick on Jane Blogs. Let's just click on save, click on yes. And we can validate those credentials and initialize the sync. And there we go. So let's just come out of there, a little refresh. And that'll probably take just a little while to, oh, there we go, we're active. If we go into cross-tenant synchronization within Entra on this side, let's do a quick refresh there. We've got similar things. So what does this mean in reality now? What are we going to see? Well, we've shared Chandler Bing from the Microgenesis tenant to the Chrysalis tenant. So we're in the Chrysalis tenant now. This is getting very confusing. I hope you're keeping up. I'm getting confused myself. So let's go to active users within Chrysalis. And I'm thinking we've got Chandler Bing. Interesting. Interesting. So I've got Chandler Bing in here now as a user, and he's treated almost like an external user, which is interesting. So what can we do with that? I think at this point, I'm probably going to leave this video here. Let's just switch back to the source tenant and just see if the same is true and the active users here. Have we got Jane yet? Jane Blogs is in there. The same. I don't know what the implications are on licensing just yet, but that's got our cross-tenant synchronization up and running. I'll follow up with another video on this in terms of what this actually means. So watch out for that one coming soon. So that's our introduction to an MTO, multi-tenant organization synchronization. We had some bumps in the road setting that up there, a few teething troubles, some growing pains. Remember, it is a preview feature. Since filming the actual video, I did look a little bit more into some of the articles and the learn content on there, and I think it's going to be quite limited for now in terms of what you can do with it. It's potentially only going to work for now with some of the new Teams client features, but it's very, very early days. But at least we're ahead of the curve here. If we want to play about with this and see what it's all about in test environments, as we've just done there, we can get a clearer idea of what it's doing, how it's working. More to come on this subject for sure. I want to dig into this a little deeper and see what it means for the users as they cross-synchronize, and what that means for licensing and that sort of thing. So you can be sure I'll be looking more into this. If you've played with this already yourself, let me know what you think so far in the comments. Have you had any experience with it? Have you found any things that I've not so far? Because I've literally, as you can probably tell from that video, just looked at it and pressed go basically. So I'm learning as I'm doing here, which in a demo environment is fine, but don't do that in the real world. Absolutely not. Right, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and comment. Reach out to me in the comments below. Reach out to me on Twitter/X at M365 Rising. I'm on LinkedIn as well. I'm on Blue Sky now as well, and Threads and all sorts of social media. I ain't hard to find. But thank you for your support. Thanks to my members. I love you all. Thanks for your contributions and your suggestions. Until next time, take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.